Good afternoon and welcome to Hannah Ice Skating Stadium on Awabakal land. Game 12 of Boxall for today. South Australia against Western Australia. I'm Eric Brook and alongside me, Gavin Thurston. Gavin, g'day.
Hey Eric, how are you?
Good mate, how are you?
Fantastic.
I was glad I had JD for company and now you've stepped up to keep me company, so I'm appreciative.
Yes, all good. I was meant to be here last game, but got tied up with work.
Work, I don't have to worry about. This is work for me this week, but it's also fun. So players are on the ice. Got a couple of moments remaining in warm-up. Western Australia in yellow, South Australia in red. It was quite interesting, at least on the first day, Gavin, when you have a look at the rankings. The top three ranked teams in this tournament, Western Australia, Victoria and South Australia, all lost on the first day.
Okay.
Which was quite interesting. We saw Victoria just win their first game of the tournament. So South Australia had a shootout loss against Queensland on Saturday, and that one was an important one because South Australia actually had the lead, and then Queensland came back and got the shootout win. And Western Australia, both teams are very well drilled as well. Western Australia ranked first in the tournament. It took them until Sunday afternoon to get their first win up against Victoria. So very close, these two teams. This game could be anything.
Yeah, this could be a good matchup. I'm pretty keen to see how they go. At the moment in their warm-up, they look quite well drilled. So, yeah, it'd be good, interesting, and see how we go.
And, of course, one thing to consider, too, in these sort of tournaments, as you're aware, Gavin, but some of our viewers at home may not be, it's not uncommon to play two games in the one day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, that's when, as you've said all through the tournament, that it's a long tournament. So they've got to squeeze in as many games as they can in a day, and if that means playing two games in a day, then that's what will happen. And they're quite, I've played many a tournament, and that's quite common to play two games in a day.
So having a look at the goaltending situation for South Australia, they've got the choice between Amelia Knott and Danielle Cavallesi. And Western Australia have Sasha King. So needless to say, Sasha King will be starting. So lots of AWIHL experience between the two teams, national team players as well. South Australia in the red and Western Australia in the yellow.
South Australia are very deep. I know a lot of their U15 girls that will be coming up in years to come are very good players that will strengthen this team again in a couple of years, because they can't play until they're turning 15. So they'll strengthen the South Australia team in a couple of years to come.
So having a look at the split screen in front of us and on the Jumbotron in arena, we're having a look at South Australia at the top and Western Australia down the bottom. So the last few moments together. The interesting difference for this, Gavin, is that the Victorian team have usually been doing this at their bench.
Yep. Yeah, some teams like to do a little mingle around their bench with their coaches talking, but other teams like to do it around the net, get themselves all pumped.
And that's exactly what both teams, especially the South Australian team, is doing in front of the net, getting themselves pumped up. And again, Amelia Knott getting the start for South Australia. So we're just moments away, our final Boxall game for today.
Yeah, there's another game after this.
No, I was thinking of my final game of today. Dawn and Rob will be following us after this game. So centre ice, Western Australia, South Australia, and we're underway. Puck will eventually leave the first of circle. Centre ice still. Reader has been busy. Langveen. Trapolino. Risky cross-ice pass was averted by going down the right-hand side. Past Abigail Webb to sister Zoe. Zoe's got some wheels, but she's about to get dispossessed by Langveen. The puck goes flicked over the bar there by Sasha King, called into action early. And they try and work it out. Western Australia up against the boards. Natalie Ayres coming into the action into Cafe Corner. It's got some support by Multana, trying to squeeze it under the pads. And Sasha King receiving 2 shots on within the first 45 seconds.
That was a good start by South Australia. Good forecheck on that. Bit of pressure and, yeah, there's a good first shot on that. Makes the goalie have to make the save.
So attacking zone face-up coming up for South Australia. Amber Bettle, who picked herself up a natural hat-trick in the earlier stages of the tournament, took the attacking zone face-off, kept in the zone via South Australia. Cafe corner, Lunn. South Australia trying to keep them hemmed down here. Victoria trying to keep, sorry, not Victoria, that was the last game. Western Australia back into neutral ice, all the way back down. And that's Lewison now. Lewison with it, centering, but Gavin was there. Gavin up now for Crafter. Zamboni corner, centering. Back now for Magnuson. Setting up on the left-hand side now. That's good work by Shepherd. Clearing it out, finding Crafter only as far as Lewison. Out of the zone. Here's Bettle now. Bettle held off at the pass. Reinforcements arrive. Lum looks to take over. Interesting fact this morning, Jamie Lunn was the only one to score in the earlier game via a penalty shot. Had 1 penalty shot for each team and Jamie Lunn was successful. Trapolino will come back to her own defensive goal line. She's got options left and to the right, trying to find West. Found another player in the form of Magdine. Battle up against the boards, Victoria. Western Australia. I was just talking to some Victorian players as well, which probably didn't help things. Across the face of goal, Sasha King, no action required. Kilgowan looking to get involved in the action early. Abigail Webb now has some support on the left-hand side from a Western Australia point of view. Cleared out. That'll come back towards the attacking zone of Western Australia briefly. Looking to take over is Reader. Firing out, and it'll come back now for Shepherd. Shepherd in neutral ice. Centering pass. Western Australia were in the middle of changing, and they passed it over in that general direction. Bettle now on the attack for South Australia. Cleared out by Lewison. Sometimes, Gav, it's hard to know where to direct the puck. You might not know that your team's changing.
No, that's right. Yeah, unless you got your head on a swivel, you're not sure. You're just looking for open ice.
Back down to open ice, and Gavin has to turn and chase. Lewisham, no shortage of speed herself. Out of the zone, down the near side. It's left now for Magnuson. Tapped on Harper, was under pressure by Nat Ayres. Back now for Harper. It's got Ferguson to the right. Enters the zone, centering pass. Trying to find Lewisham now, but Gavin just did enough. Magnuson keeps it in the zone in the general direction of goal. Harper can't pull the trigger in the slot. Nat Ayres clearing it out. Back there up against the boards is Shepherd. Here's Faith Kilgowan. Entering the zone now is Ferguson. Ferguson trying to get past one but can't. Nat Ayres into neutral ice. The puck goes. Western Australia just electing to go backwards, finding Zoe Webb. Across ice pass. Didn't connect with anybody directly. Magnuson's been out there for a fair while. South Australia just happy to get it into the zone, sending Lunn for a skate near Cafe corner. Lunn with the puck now. Just looking for someone in a good position. Didn't really connect with anybody in the end. Crafter up against Kilgowan. Ricochet. Lunn turns and spins. Deflects into the corner, into Cafe corner. Trapolino firing from distance. Really needed somebody on the doorstep. There was a player on the doorstep, but not in the right position. And a penalty coming. Penalty box door will be opening.
Got a penalty for a trip there. Unfortunate. She was just playing for the puck and happened to take the girls' legs out. There's some definite feeling out there to start this game. The girls are all pumped, ready to go.
Certainly are pumped, Gavin, and an attacking zone face-off and a power play coming up for Western Australia. Attacking zone face-off, 2 minutes on the small clock, 10:24 on the big clock. No score so far. The puck will leave the face-off circle via Nat Ayres. So a power play for Western Australia. Cleared out Well cleared out of the zone by Gavin on the penalty kill. And that'll come back now for Abigail Webb up against Nate Ayres. Has support from sister Zoe. That's Abigail Webb rather than Nate Ayres. Here's an opportunity, Leeson, to show some speed up against Gavin. Firing Ferguson. The puck's in the slot still. Can't quite keep it in the zone. Abigail Webb, so she has to come back. Pressured there up against the boards by Multana. Nat Ayres. Puck needs to continue to move, and the puck is frozen. The puck is dead.
Interesting that the ref calls that down. It's generally you let the players play that off the boards and see if they can get the puck moving.
Fun fact, Gavin, I think this is the first time that I've commentated with a very high level official who's very active in the officiating and coaching ranks.
Yeah, no, well, we did the referees course this year together. It was good to have you there. So
it was very, very, very useful information. Back now on the right-hand side. Good pass across the ice from Rita. Intercepted, though, and entering the zone. Shot fired. Good save there by Sasha King. It was a good shot on net initially by South Australia. It'll come all the way back down for Holub, who let it down there in the first place. Clearing it out as a good defender should on the penalty kill. 30 seconds on the power play for Western Australia. Sometimes, Gav, it's sometimes hard to tell who's on the power play and who's not.
Yeah, well, the girls are maintaining possession of the puck really well, and South Australia doing a great job of killing here, just making sure the puck's out of their end.
So up against the door of doom. Centering pass, power play just about over. Christina Acker, captain of Western Australia, trying to clear it into the zone. South Australia try and clear it out. Occupational hazard there, Gav.
Yes.
Up against the boards. There is another penalty coming. Western Australia touch up.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realise as an official it's quite hard to get out of the way. That's why we rely on being in the right position. Not standing on that blue line like you see a few of the officials doing. But, yeah, you've got to be moving all the time.
And also, it's not like other sports where if whatever the equipment is touches you, the play's dead. Play touches you, play goes on.
Yeah, that's correct. You're part of the game.
Absolutely. Here's an opportunity. Holub, cross-ice pass for Gavin. Gavin selects power drive. The puck's still free. A bit of holding going on in front of the net, so that distracted both players. Up against the boards, the referee just needs to see the puck continue to move. Reinforcements arriving. Cafe corner. What's your food of choice from the cafe, Gav?
Oh, the chips are the best.
The chips, with or without gravy?
Either, mate. I'll take both.
Either? Okay, cool. On the attack, Nat Ayres digging, and holding and is.
Good positioning on the ref there. He's good to see what was going on where the puck was. So you don't want the goalie getting slashed in that situation.
So minute 28 remaining of the power play. New units coming on. Attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. 0-0 the score. Holub fires. Ooh. Oh, that was deflected in front. Multana digging. And Sasha King really had to sprawl. Got helped out by a defence. But also, South Australia were on the attack.
Yeah, that was a good shot on that. The rebound was right out in front. Anything could happen. She could get that in the corner. That's a goal.
And that's the good thing that we're seeing in this game that we always haven't seen. Players in front of the net. Attacking zone face-off again for South Australia. Still on the power play. Out of the zone, hole up now. And that will come all the way back down. Acker providing some resistance. Hole up with it. Hole up. Thinks about firing. Selects feathered touch. All the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. And that will come back now. South Australia still on the power play. Nat Ayres now with the puck. 52 seconds of the player advantage for South Australia. That was a nice pass for Multana, but Magnuson had something to say about that. Offside as well, but Gavin comes out. There's so much to look out for. Left-hand side, tapped on by Multana before she comes off for a change. All the boats coming into the harbour, new boats going out. cross ice pass, all the way back down.
Still killing a penalty, so no icing.
25 seconds remaining. So back to centre ice we go. Abigail Webb just happy to tap it on. Trapolino. Intended target was possibly Bettle. 10 seconds of the power play remaining for South Australia, and that'll come all the way back down. Power play just about over, just settling the puck down. There was not. And cleared out, back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's Sophie Reeder near the door of doom. Reeder now with it. Trying to sneak it in. Went across the face of goal in the end. Here's West centering, back into neutral ice. Abigail Webb with it now. Here's Webb of the Abigail variety, left-hand side, looking for somebody in the slot there. The puck's free. Skips past Webb. And an opportunity gone begging possibly. Kept in the neutral ice. Line changes could be messy.
Yeah.
As is that. And another power play.
That was a good kill by WA. They did really well keeping the puck out down their other end. And unfortunately now they've got a penalty themselves. They're lucky, very lucky there wasn't called it too many men there with the puck near the benches.
Oh, too many players is such a messy one.
Sorry,
which is so confusing sometimes, Gav, especially where we are. We've got lots of players. I know there was a couple. I was like, okay, it's too many, but against who?
Yeah,
because it could have been either
team. Yeah.
Attacking zone face-off at the start of the power play for South Australia. Holub now looking to fire, walks the blue line, gets a lot of acca on the way through, doesn't make it through. All the way out, flung out, all the way back down, and that will come back for Holub into Zamboni corner. It's got Nat Ayres for company and Gavin.
That'll be an icing.
Has none of those options. Multana ruled to be deflected on the way through.
Okay.
Back now for Gavin. Gavin looking to just promote the puck in the end. Thought she might have tried a shot, but doesn't. They need somebody in front of the net. Multana from point blank range can't pull the trigger. And it's left for Raka to clear it out for the Western Australian team before they come back. And that'll come back for Gavin. New lines on for Western Australia. Here's Reeder, has to watch the offside and doesn't. And that'll be offside.
Layla Gavin's a good little defender, and she
certainly is.
I hear you mentioning her name a lot, and she controls the back end really well.
I remember, I think she had some brothers here for some tournaments that I did last year as well. Lots of family members in and around all the competitions.
Yeah, you find that. It's a lot of once the family's in the team, in the game, everybody wants to play the game. So.
But also very expensive, Gav, as a parent, you know exactly that.
Yeah.
Here's
parent and player.
and player and official. Here's Bettle now. Bettle on the right-hand side. Bettle fires, and Sasha King, she'll eat those all day.
Nothing wrong with throwing the puck at net, but you can see what anything can happen and get a rebound, get the goalie unaware. Gets a face-off down this end anyway.
So 52 seconds remaining on the power play for South Australia. They're at the great end for it. Bettle will take the attacking zone face-off. Closest to Cafe Corner. Gavin doesn't mind chips with or without gravy. Here's Lewison now battling against Holub all the way back down. Holub behind her own net. Still 40 seconds, so a little bit of time. Reeder's been impressive. Reeder trying to centre but can't. Here's Lunn. Lunn clears it out back towards the Zamboni door. Kilgallen. A fortunate deflection for South Australia via Lunn. Holub, last line of defence in front of Knott. Nice pass here for Lunn. He's got West for company on the left-hand side. Doesn't use her. And Sasha King will eat those all day.
Again, a really good kill from WA, keeping the puck down deep. They had two girls down behind the net just battling for the puck there. So, great way to kill a penalty.
Certainly is, and sometimes, as we saw in the last game, sometimes the best form of being short-handed is to score goals yourself.
Oh, maintain puck possession for sure.
Back now, Western Australia trying to clear it out via Magnuson. And Acker, unsuccessful. Trapolino, Cafe Corner. The fish cocktails, that's a funky bounce off that board. It very much led to a Victorian goal in that last game. Sometimes you just have to accept it. Nat Ayres firing high. Not sure if players were trying to duck out of the way there. Self-preservation.
Kept in.
Well kept in, yes. I thought it was heading out of the zone, but it was well kept in. Back now for Harper. Harper now looking to cross into the zone, but she can't. Here's Caitlin Multana. Big, long stretch pass for Nat Ayres. The tallest player couldn't have reached that one.
No change on the icing.
That's a very important part of a line person's job, Gav.
Yeah. In the four-man system, it's the rear referee's job to do that. So good that the liney was all over it. Brings a bit of fatigue into the game.
This brings back AI memories from when I first started, where we only had the free official system.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in Zamboni corner, trying to clear it out. We're 5-on-5 hockey with just under 3 minutes remaining in the period. Here's Nat Ayres on the breakaway, walks in,
good save.
And Sasha King.
Just got herself a bit too close there to get that puck up elevated. A good drive to the net.
Certainly drove it very well to the net. She was on the rush, to use that expression. Attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. Bettle out of the zone now comes Ferguson. Good battle with Holub. Ferguson in good position. Out of the zone now. Here's Gavin, who's been busy. Gavin now, they have to watch the offside. Harris. Gavin walks in. Thought about a drop pass. Centering pass, finding Bettle behind the net. Big battle up against, or close to the back wall. South Australia still in possession. In the slot. Couldn't reach the stick there of Harris. Here's Bettle. Centering. South Australian player slightly in the wrong position, Harris, and they come out of the zone. Back now for Holub. Holub with it, and that will come back down around a couple, exiting the zone, almost running into her own player. Entering the zone, crossing all the lines, getting forced wide. Shot on that was slightly wide. Western Australia looking to get the puck out of there by Sayers all the way back down. And
icing.
That, Gav, will come back for icing.
Yep. And again, no line change, so they're making sure there's no line change on that. But, mate, you're doing fantastic with the names. You've been calling, what, there's 6 under 15 teams, 6 Boxall teams. Yeah,
and I'm not finished yet. There's still Tange to go, and there's still Ginsberg to go.
Yep.
But I personally like this format that all 4 tournaments are here over the 10-day period.
I think it's an awesome concept. Hopefully they can keep it going for next year as well.
Kept in the zone via Gavin. Back now Gavin again, firing, trying to find one that was in front. Appeals could have went either way for stick holding. Back now for Gavin. Gavin now trying to cross into the zone, flung in there by Langevin. Back now for Zoe Webb. Christina Acker. Oh, could have been some high contact there. I saw Acker reel as she had the forward momentum, and then all of a sudden she didn't. Battle up near the ACT bench. She grabs a stick, which didn't help the situation. Sasha King holds and saves. Gunn was ready on the doorstep. So here's the collision here, Gav.
Yeah, a bit of body contact there. Probably unlucky not to get a call.
There is a misconception that women's hockey equals non-contact. That's certainly not the case.
Oh, no. Non-intentional contact.
Yeah, there is a line. Western Australia try and clear it out via their right-hand side. Reader there, busy. It'll come back for Abigail Webb. Clears it out. Tapped on, kept in the zone by Trapolino.
Ref's in the way.
Again, occupational hazard. Now they try and clear it out. Bettle. There's one thing to know the rules on paper, Gap, but you've also got to, skating, positioning, and there's a lot more to it. Centering pass back now for Holub. Hurlub with it, trying to find somebody in front but couldn't, and it will just come back now for Shepherd. So 10 seconds remaining in the period. It really snuck up on us. Acker, neutral ice. So the puck will be frozen, and after 15 minutes of hockey, it is 0-0 at the short break. Shots on goal favouring the home team, which is in this case South Australia, 12-3.
It was a good battle. The girls are battling really well. Just unlucky with a couple of passes, not finding tape to tape, which makes the job a little bit harder because they've got to battle for it. But if they can clean up their passing and get some more opportunities on net, this is a real close game.
So we're having a look at the Western Australia bench at the moment. Now the South Australian bench, which is to our right-hand side. Lots of different views that we have here for you, Gavin.
No, the whole telecast has been great. Michael and the crew are doing a fantastic job. And, I think Dawn and her crew have done a fantastic job putting this tournament on, as well as the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium staff and the thousands of volunteers that are helping out around the rink.
So many jobs to be filled, as you're well aware.
A lot of people don't realise what it takes to put a tournament like this on. It's a big army of people that help out.
Especially for a 10-day tournament. You're basically running 4 tournaments in one.
Correct, yeah. It does make it a little bit easier, I suppose, because you've got it all happening at once. Because we've got a lot of officials. We've got, I think, over 12 officials from around the country here that are helping out doing the tournament, which is it's one of those tournaments. Well, it's only one of the only times that officials get assessed. There's the top referees are up in the corporate box there, and they watch over the referees and give them some feedback on what they can do a bit better. And you don't get that in every game unless you've got other officials that watch you. And
also what they do well as well. It's just not what you do bad.
You don't always go with the negatives, but you've got to point them out as well. So once you've done it, you learn from it, and then you try not to do it again. There's a million different scenarios that you come across in hockey.
Oh, yeah, are there what?
Yeah. So it's a good learning curve.
Oh, it is, absolutely. And it's good now that there's lots of people at home that can watch this as well.
Well, yeah, you're getting people watching you from overseas too, bud. So,
yep.
I've noted a little bit of your Australian slang. And even my son has pointed up on a few of them, like when you said the skipper. He's like, what's a skipper? And I'm like, that's the captain.
Oh, there was an interesting one the other night, slightly out of school. I don't think Dawn will mind mentioning this. We were at a birthday party for one of the North Stars media team the other night, and it turned out to be an impromptu trivia night.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the question turned out there was a picture of a slippery dip on the screen. What's this? Me, slippery dip.
Yeah.
Dawn, that's a slide. Well, technically it is, but it's what you call things, and there's even variations between the states, between the regions and what you grew up with, and then you've got people from other countries as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know because I'm quite close with the U15 New South Wales team that we've got some Czech players and Finnish players and Canadian players in the team, so a lot of their families are watching from back home in their country. So watching these games, so we're streaming worldwide.
I just hope I'm not sending your son Australia like I'm sending Speedy Australia. So back to centre ice we go, this second period. Now it's going to be hard to tell, Gav, where the first goal's going to come from.
Oh, mate. I think they're just going to keep throwing the puck at net and rebound. Like the rebound in front seems to be the option for me at the moment.
So back into the action. Nat Ayres now coming all the way back. Faith Kilgowan. Christina Acker kept in the zone via Hylub. Oh, great opportunity from distance. Shot out by Western Australia. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's a chance for Hylub to get some distance. Passing for Nat Ayres. Cross ice almost intercepted there by Faith Kilgowan. Here's Reader trying to promote it into the WA attacking zone. Here's a nice pass for Nat Ayres, entering the zone on the right-hand side. Has no support now. She's got Mulhana driving the net.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, but slightly out of position. Mulhana Back now for Gavin. Working down low, up against the boards, centering. Couple of Western Australian players there, able to clear it out. Clearing it now, and that'll come back now for Holub. Holub with it now. Nice long stretch pass off the stick of Bettle. Zoe Webb in good position. Spun out of the potential hit. The door of doom. Holub miscues. Worked out well indeed for Western Australia on that occasion. Trying to clear it out, Shepherd. South Australia still on the attack, weaving through traffic. Shoveled out, still in the zone. Lunn, Bettle could have tapped it on but didn't. Zoe Zutton kept in the zone by Gavin. Gavin doing a mountain of work, cleared out eventually by Ferguson, and that will come all the way back now for Holub. Holub now around Lewison, going far and wide, and that won't come back for icing. Doesn't make the line. In the end, the player helped it across. Going left, right, finding Zoe Zutton. Backhanded shovel, still kept in the zone by Gavin. Come back now for Abigail Webb. Behind her own net. Partial lines change coming up for South Australia. That'll come back for Holub. Can be difficult when the puck's coming in the same direction as your bench and the line change. Entering the zone and just happy to fling it in is Abigail Webb. Both sisters of the Webb sisters in defence, which I thought was interesting. Might have been one forward, one back, but they're both D. Not together at the moment. Heather Hayduck is the other defensive player on the ice for Western Australia. Back now for Langevin. Zamboni corner. Abigail Webb. The puck's on the goal frame. Very, very close situation.
Yeah, lots of pressure from South Australia then. They had a good shift, keeping the puck on net, keeping the puck down in their end, and yeah, a couple of opportunities there with the puck coming through the middle.
They've certainly had their advantage, their opportunities, South Australia, and I mentioned earlier the penalty shot this morning was South Australia's only goal, so they haven't scored in general play so far today, Gav.
Yeah, I did look the replay on that. I thought it was a pretty tough call to get a penalty shot on that. The girl got a chance to shoot on that. That usually waves off the opportunity of a penalty shot.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. I do like the idea of having names for these states other than the states.
Yep.
Sometimes we do it with our national level teams, like the Mighty Roos and the Aussie Flyers and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Gives it another marketability.
It does.
Back for Hoduck and less confusing. Cleared out for Gavin, and of course there's a lot of people who don't necessarily follow the other Australian sport, so if I see the Crow Eaters against the Sandgropers, your son's going to get terribly confused right now. It's cricket, look it up.
Okay.
Back up against the boards. Gavin battling against Acker, centering. Western Australia looking to go on the attack, but South Australia are there, trying to clear it out, but can't. Congestion.
Shoot that.
Here's an opportunity to shoot. She did shoot. Follow-up opportunity. Third opportunity. Can they get the fourth opportunity? No. South Australia clear it out.
Great pressure.
Great pressure indeed. Heather Hayduck with it now. Hayduck with it. Line change for South Australia. All the ships, I think, got called in at exactly the same time, except on the forward line at least. And they'll come back for icing.
Not happy with that icing.
That'll come all the way back down. So the Webb sisters separated on defence at the moment. They were together in another game that I did a little bit earlier. They were together on the same D line. And I don't take the lazy Kabara approach. Kabara to Kabara to Kabara to Kabara.
You call him by first name.
Whenever I can. Back into neutral ice. Here's Holub. Holub with it, battling against Lewison. Here's Ferguson, Nat Ayres, Hayduck, Ferguson, Ayres. Back now for Zoe Webb, trying to clear it out. almost back in the neutral ice, kept in by Holub. Another opportunity for South Australia. There it is. No, slightly wide in the end by Bettle. Good couple of opportunities set up by Nat Harris. Here's a breakaway opportunity. Firing. Rebound. The puck's free. Rebound there. Ferguson couldn't take advantage of the rebound. We've got a Western Australia player down who's now up. Zamboni corner. Magnuson trips and falls all by herself. And it'll come for Troppolino. Troppolino with it now. Nat Harris entering the zone. Trying to get around one. But she held her ground there, Abigail Webb. It'll come back now for Magnuson, battling up against Lunn. Play continues, trying to squeeze it in. One opportunity, two opportunities. The puck still free and flung out of immediate danger. It was good work there by Faith Kilgallen. And that will come all the way back down for Lunn. Lunn clears out, Langveen. Opportunity, Western Australia doing a partial line change up against the boards. Magnuson, reinforcements arrive. Kilgallen amongst others. Going to come back, Abigail Webb, clearing it out of immediate danger. Langveen, nice pass, Holub, puck balloons. Couldn't quite get it on the stick, Crafter with it now. Holub coming off in defence. They've only got one D back as there was a defensive line change. All the way back down. Luckily, Gav, that worked out for South Australia.
Yeah, unfortunately she didn't get it clean, so we didn't get to do a breakaway.
And so sometimes there's, as we've said, there's not a lot of whistles, so you've got no choice but to change on the fly.
Yeah.
Here's an opportunity briefly. Crafter, Gaveen. Gaveen fires. King of the Sasha variety. Back now for Ruffino, showing some soccer skills. Here's another opportunity. Zoe Webb enters the zone briefly. Gaveen been busy. Left-hand side, 8 minutes 20 remaining in the second period before the Boney break. That'll come back now for Bettle. Bettle fires and deflected by King. Western Australia should be able to clear it out. Ferguson trying to help it along. Didn't need the help from Ferguson. Had some support from West instead, who coincidentally plays for South Australia. Zoe Webb now clearing it out, right-hand side. Western Australia need to clear it out, and they do. Back in the neutral ice, Ferguson off the stick of West. Ferguson again, back for Holub. Holub with it, her left-hand side. Flung all the way up the ice. And that, Gavin, will come back for icing.
A little bit of fatigue starting to set in. The girls are not getting the passes clean, and then that's where we're getting the icings. But that's understandable. This has been a pretty fast and furious game so far. Lots of battles for the puck.
And shots on only 17-5.
Yeah, which surprises me, the 5. I thought that we would have had a few more shots than that.
Attacking zone face-off for Western Australia. Shot fired from distance. Oh, there's an opportunity. It was good work there by Sayers. Penalty coming. Sayers saying, how about that? It's well under control.
A roughing.
Sometimes, Gav, I'm sure that can be... Hang on, we got one from either team going, have we? No. Reader probably just asking the question. Sometimes it must be frustrating, Gav. The player who got fouled, throw their hands up. You've seen it.
Yeah. Every time. I was talking to one of the parents today at one of the games, and they were like, "Oh, they didn't mean it." I'm like, I don't think anyone means it. The amount of times that a person will do a delay game where it hits the netting. Oh, I didn't mean it. Well, okay. Does that mean I don't call it?
Yeah, that's right. Excuse me, did you mean that? If not, no penalty. And back there for Knott, cleared out. So on the power play, Western Australia heads up on the bench. Newbound there, and Ruffino was the closest to it. Joe Phillips well and truly away from the action there, having a few chats to Joe, former Rush goaltender, and now on the bench for South Australia. .7:20 remaining in the period. Minute 47 of the power play clock for Western Australia. They're in neutral ice. Gaveen. Western Australia are on the left-hand side, taking their time to make their decisions. Getting around one, entering the zone now, getting force wide. That's Acker. That Ayers combines with Hulab. Reinforcements arriving. The puck just needs to continue to move, and there will be no more movement.
Face off outside because WA were the ones to freeze it.
That's a very good question. What does it take to cause a delay of game in that situation?
Well, the official really has to be encouraging the player to move the puck. If they basically pin it to the wall and do not make an effort to move it, then yes, you definitely can call the delay game.
Oh, a little bit of pushy shovey there. Caitlin Multana. Penalty box door will be opening for Western Australia. No, that's not Faith Coolgowan, is it? No, that's Magnuson.
She's getting called for holding, I think.
Holding?
Yeah.
I know there's been times, and you've probably heard it, Gav, like you've called it something. I've called it what it could have also been, but it's up to the official what it actually is.
Yeah. There's a lot of calls that you could call for, a roughing, an interference, or a hold. So, yeah, it comes down to your terminology on the rule.
Same result, but possibly slightly different reason.
At the end of the day, it's 2 minutes in the box.
That's it. So it'll come all the way back down. So we've got 4-on-4, so that will come for icing minute 4 of 4-on-4.
Because we're even strength, still icing applies.
I know that sometimes that's a trap for young players because they've just seen somebody going to the penalty box, forgetting that there's somebody already there from the other team.
Yeah. And that also for the lines people to be aware of that. A lot of the time when you've just put someone in the box, you can wave it off and then go, oh, hang on, there's 2 in there.
So 1:04 remaining of the 4-on-4. Firing from distance. Very close call there. Multana, who I thought might have been going to the penalty box, stays on the ice. Back now for Holub. Holub to the left-hand side. Centering pass. Just skipped on Gavin a little bit. Centering now in front, Nat Ayres. Has Multana in the slot. Goes for the attempt itself. Multana with the secondary. 33 seconds of the 4-on-4. Kept in the zone via Holub. Holub fires, goes high and wide. No action required by King. Gavin centering a pass again. Nat Ayres off some skates. Cleared out a little bit, but only as far as Gavin. Gavin with the backhanded shovel. Back now for Abigail Webb. Clearing it out. Kept in the zone via Holub. 10 seconds of the 4-on-4. Before we get one player back. Holub firing and scoring. What a shot. What a laser from the left-hand circle.
You could definitely see that developing. South Australia had good control down in this end and we're just waiting for the right opportunity to get that shot.
Nice drive by there by Holub.
Did you see the WA player got caught on the boards and she walked out of the corner. Great shot, top corner.
And because it's even strength,
yep,
nobody comes back.
Correct.
So 4 seconds of 4-on-4. So 4-on-4 still. So boat 20's been called back to the harbour with Nat Ayres coming on.
Going to keep one of them on there. One of the girls that was on the ice still needs to remain on the ice, yeah.
Have they both got the same first name, just out of curiosity? Because you might call Amber, and there's 2 of them. Nah, Courtney and Amber, so that wasn't the situation. So many interesting names in these tournaments. Back now for Holub. Back for Trapolino. Cross ice pass. Finds Bettle initially, tapped on there by Lunn. 30 seconds of the abbreviated power play for South Australia. South Australia getting forced back. Holub, the goal scorer just then. Up against the boards. Holub battling with Reader. Reinforcements arrive in the form of Bettle. Trapolino. Back now for Zoe Webb.
Oh, he's got a penalty.
Slashing.
Slash. That was tough. She was getting battled against the board. She took a little bit of an exception to what was going on and threw a slash in there. So
So Sophie Reader will be sitting for 2 minutes for a slash. So a brief 9-second 5-on-3. So the one who's coming out of the box first gets moved closer to the door. So 4:56 remaining. There was a situation earlier, Gav, not sure if you were watching at the time. There was about 5 seconds remaining of a penalty. The penalty box door opened to let the player in. The player who was already in the box thought they were getting let out.
Oh.
Back now for Holub. Cross-ice pass. Finds Gavin. So the power play now starting for South Australia. Up against the board, Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in about 4.5 minutes. Here's Caitlin Multana, winds up, select power drive, and it'll come back Trapolino. Multana leaning all over the player there in the form of Faith Kilgallen. Up against the boards, as I said, it's no contact. Deflected wide.
Certainly not in this game.
Certainly not. Holub fires big deflection. You could hear the thud as it hit the pads. That Iris centering. Western Australian players in the slot. Zoe Webb does well. Webb now afterburners on left hand side. There's a foot race between Webb and also Gavin in the corner. South Australia working it out. 58 seconds of their power play remaining. They have to get into attacking position. Kilgallen centering back into neutral ice. Holub.
Offside.
And offside.
Just needed to take a little bit longer to bring that puck in. A little too anxious.
Yeah, offsides are an interesting one, both from an player's and an official's point of view, Gav. I can actually understand the offside rule in hockey better than, say, soccer.
Yeah, well, now with soccer, with the VAR or whatever it is, that makes it really complicated.
Or even without that, at least there's just one line in hockey and that's it. Back now, Western Australia trying to get it out of their defensive end. Abigail Webb doing some work up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive from South Australia. A Western Australia player debates about helping a friend out. Cross-ice pass.
Oh,
wowee.
Big glove save.
I could watch that replay for the next 5 minutes.
She didn't even mic drop it either. She held on to it.
So Sasha King called into action. Wow.
It was a great save.
Have I mentioned that I miss women's hockey? So we've got a penalty box door opening here, Gav. So did Sophie Reader get let out early because she was in there? There's still 26 seconds remaining.
Yeah, what's going on there?
So no harm, no foul. 3:32 remaining. Another opportunity cleared out by Western Australia.
Oh.
Another penalty coming.
Trip, I'd say. There it is.
Tripping call. So we've got another 4-on-4 period coming up, Gav. 19 seconds.
Well, this is where WA are going to need to maintain possession and try and get a shot on net, get a couple of shots on net, because they really haven't tested the goalie with 6 shots on net. So I'd like to see him put a bit more pressure on. Definitely crash the net in front for the rebound.
Harper taking the attacking zone face-off to start this 4-on-4 segment. Clearing it out is Holub. Opportunity now for Multana. Multana, the skipper of South Australia, shoots. Cleared out, trying to clear it out now, Western Australia. Kept in the zone just by Holub. Nat Ayres spins out of one, tries to avoid the second one. 2:50 remaining. The clock continues on the power play for Western Australia. So Western Australia on the abbreviated power play. Sophie Reader out of the penalty box. Shoots and scores. There it is indeed. And she's tied it up. Power play goal for Western Australia. It's a great reward for effort for Sophie Reader.
Absolutely. Drove wide, then went to the net. You see on the replay. Had 3 options up front. Made the right choice to shoot the puck herself.
Sometimes I know, especially in lower levels of hockey, Gav, sometimes it's like, do I shoot? Do I pass it to someone else?
Well, it's difficult. Sometimes you feel selfish by shooting it, but, you know, in that situation, it's the best option. She's just come out of the penalty box. She sat there for 2 minutes, got fresh, wanted to help her team back out, and done the right thing, scoring a goal.
Thought that she was able to escape too.
Yeah.
Back for Hola, but it's 1-1 now with 2:30 remaining. Powered by goal for Western Australia. Great save there by King. Lanveen was about to tap on the doorstep.
Sasha's been playing really well. There's been a lot of pucks coming in at her hard, and on that post she's been hugging the post well and not giving them much, not giving them inch.
So Western Australia changing. South Australia is the home team with the last change. So the Bettle line on now. Bettle clearing it out of the zone, or trying to. Nikita King rather. Cross ice. And that'll come back now for Kilgallen. Kilgallen against Bettle.
Blew a wheel.
Blew a wheel, blew a tyre. There are some still hockey terminology terms that I don't even like, and that's usually one of them. Blew a tyre. Back now, Holub. Crossing all the lines now. Finds Lunn. Lunn now got dispossessed by Kilgallen. Kilgallen getting it out of the zone. Breakaway opportunity. Kilgallen, she's done it all herself. Still can do it. Turned aside, paddled away by Knight. Great work, Faith Kilgallen, and great work by Knight. Kilgallen did all the work in defence and attack on that occasion. And they try and clear it out into neutral ice with 85 seconds remaining. Opportunity for Bettle. Kilgallen again, hasn't she had a shift?
Yeah, end to end.
Using the wall. Line change opportunity coming up maybe for South Australia. Nat Ayres. Langiel. Kilgallen. Langveen fires. Rebound opportunity, Multana. Great opportunity. Multana was on the charge.
Had Kilgallen had looked up, she had someone open over on far ice, but a lot of the time when fatigue sets in, you just sort of put the puck back up where it came from. So that's where you got to have your head on a swivel and looking around what your options are.
Oh, well, that's it. If you're looking in that direction and you think that's your only option.
Yeah.
Minute 2 remaining in the second period before the Boney comes out. Western Australia trying to clear it out of their zone, and they will. Don't think they'll worry too much about the icing at this point, Gav.
No. Just gives them a chance to reset, relax, get a breath.
And especially, too, if the line's only just come on.
Yeah.
Different story if you're fatigued and you're hanging out, gasping for breath.
South Australia get a offensive face-off, so if they can set up and get a shot on net with 50 seconds to go in this period.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. Good save there, applying some pressure on the doorstep was Langveen. Gaveen, Multana, Nat Ayres, backhanded no-look pass, up against the left-hand side.
Oh.
Multana, point-blank range. Good save there by Sasha King. Reader, Langiel. Entering the zone against Nat Ayres, getting forced wide. Gaveen, 20 seconds remaining in the period. One last opportunity possibly for either team. Back in neutral ice, Christina Acker, the captain of WA. That'll come back now for Zoe Webb, left-hand side. Nat Ayres all the way back down. 5 seconds remaining. And sometimes you just wish that clock could just run down.
2 seconds to go in a period. Could have delayed his whistle a little bit.
So if it's miracle on ice time, is 3 seconds enough to drop the puck, get it in the back of the net?
Apparently. If it's a wicked enough shot. I have actually scored myself from a face-off before, so anything's possible.
Back now, and it is the end of the second period. Highly entertaining game. 1-1 the score between South Australia and WA. Shots on goal favouring the home, or what is regarded as the home team, South Australia, 29-9. I'll look up the goal scorers for each team. Gavin, what was your thoughts in relation to those two periods?
I'm pretty stoked with that. That was a very entertaining 1-1 game so far, and from my opinion, that looks justified. The girls do look very evenly matched. The 29-9 shots is a little surprising, but that goes to show that the goalie for WA has been certainly helping her team out, doing her job.
So no scoring in the first period. Hulub for South Australia got the first goal of the game, her second of the tournament, unassisted. And then Sophie Reeder, her first goal of the tournament, a power play goal assisted by Christina Acker. So we will be back in approximately 12 minutes for the resumption of play. This one could go either way. There's no mountain gap.
No, I'm hoping that this doesn't go to a shootout. Like, we've seen some games go to shootout, and that's tough for the goalies, and much rather see a 5-on-5 game and the result through that.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. 1-1, South Australia, Western Australia, back soon. Welcome back to the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on Awabakal land. We are here for my last game of the Boxall tournament for this afternoon. Gavin Thurston alongside me, Eric Brook. And Gavin, what do you think about the first two periods?
Yeah, as we spoke about before we went to the break, very evenly matched teams between these two girls and two female teams. And be interesting to see what this third period brings.
So 15 minutes on the clock, shots on goal favouring South Australia 29-9. Not necessarily indicative of the effort that Western Australia have put in at the other end.
Yeah, I think South Australia definitely dominated possession. They control the play, but Sasha King has been phenomenal in goal with the 29 shots for 1 goal against. She can keep her team in front, anything can happen.
So goalie's unchanged. Sasha King for Western Australia. For South Australia, Amelia Knott back in net. We're 15 minutes away from finding out the winner of this one. Back into the attacking zone of South Australia. A couple of players collide there.
Fresh ice, bit slippery.
Fresh ice. Ice is slippery, Gun.
Yeah, apparently.
Back now for Kilgallen. Finds Reader, clearing it out. You got the first goal for Western Australia. The only goal for Western Australia. Kilgallen trying to inject herself right near the penalty boxes. Trapolino. Cross ice pass works out well. Holub had a bit of pressure applied on her by Acker. Entering the zone, Nat Iris. Heather Hayduck coming back. Christina Acker centering. Kept in the zone well by Trapolino. Opportunity here. Kilgallen sprays it wide. Does about 463 60s on the ice after she came down. And that'll come back. Holub. We have a whistle. Icing. So an attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. They elect to go towards the right-hand side. What sort of advantage as a player is that, Gav, of being able to choose your side of the face-off circle?
Well, as you see, she's left-handed here. So she's probably trying to get it back to Gavine here. It all comes down to individual. Yep, so she gets it back to Gavine, so she can get a shot on net.
She tried to. She just found the skates there of Lewison. Goes wide, bounces into the corner there. Skate higher corner. Crafter battling. Western Australia working it out the near edge. Zoe Webb, cross ice pass. Got the stick of Ruffino on the way through it. Lewison. Sophie Reader near the Door of Doom. Do you agree with my Door of Doom assessment?
I was going to mention the Door of Doom hasn't taken a stick yet this tournament from what I've seen.
No, I don't think it has. Even Amelia was mentioning the other day about the Door of Doom.
The Door of Doom has quite a few $1,000s been broken on that door.
So sitting in the penalty box, Jamie Lunn, the hero of this morning for South Australia, and a power play coming up for Western Australia.
So as you see there with the referee putting his hand up for a last change, that usually indicates that the home team is the last to change.
Back now, kept in the zone by Abigail Webb. Clearing it out, Natalie Ayres all the way back down. Zoe Webb has to turn and chase against Multana. Multana gets the better of that one, has some support now in Nat Ayres. These two have got a great combination together. Multana back now for Gavine. Gavine was under pressure, sweating on that pass was Ferguson. Firing from distance, Holub, who got the goal for South Australia. In the slot, cleared out. Here's an opportunity now for Zoe Webb now. Getting sent wide. Zoe Webb.
Keep it deep. She's killing a penalty.
She absolutely is. But if you're going to score, if you can score a goal, you're not going to argue against that.
No.
Just out of the zone by Kilgallen. And then I'll come back now. Circling around. Got Nat Ayres on the way through. Another opportunity. 1 minute of the power play remaining for WA. Lewison firing. No real pressure in front by WA. Out of the zone and back into neutral ice. And it's Kilgallen we saw there she had a couple of shifts where she was all over the ice in lots of degrees. Bettle there firing, and a good save there by Sasha King.
Yeah, I actually didn't realise that South Australia were on the penalty kill when they had the puck down in centre before. So they doing well maintaining possession.
As I said, sometimes it's hard when you see the actual play on the ice, who's on the power play and who's not.
Yeah.
Back now, Western Australia looking to get it out of their defensive end. They do have the power play, short-handed to South Australia, and a good shot on. Still another 24 seconds before Jamie Lund can come back into the action. So Trapolino coming on for Gavin.
Wearing the number 19, very famous at this ring.
Certainly is. I was in commentary with number 19 recently. That was very fun.
Was that down in a Sydney game?
It was. We're in the studio.
Yeah.
Back now. Deflected into the corner. Foot race on. Trapolino with it first. Zamboni corner. Bettle up against Harper. Cleared out of the zone. Kilgallen couldn't quite reach it. Power play over now. Player back onto the ice and able to come straight to the action. Almost picked the pocket there. Jamie Lund fresh out of the penalty box. Acker up against Nat Ayres. Reinforcements arriving. Sophie Reeder, good afternoon. Langveen, good afternoon. Ackers and Ayres, good afternoon to you all. But the puck continues not to move, and that will come out for a face-off. Imagine if the players could actually hear us commentating.
Yeah. I was actually talking, again, one of the parents the other day about what will happen in the future if we'll have earpieces in helmets so that you could talk to a player.
So back now, Gavin. I know that's not an easy thing to have someone in your ear. Very helpful though. Nat Ayres centering all the way. Abigail Webb got sister Zoe now, so the Webb sisters back on the same defensive line. Oh, couldn't take advantage of that one. Gavin having to turn and chase all the way back down for Ferguson. Sutton contributing. Back now for Ferguson. Ferguson fires the outstretched stick. Ruffino clears that one out. Zoe Webb does a good job of keeping it in the zone. All the way back down. Centering. Here's Gavin. Kept in the zone by Shepherd. Almost tapped in and redirected by Ferguson. That was a close call.
Chip.
All the way back down. And Shepherd. No icing. Back now for Shepherd.
This will be an icing.
And that will be all the way back for icing. Funny story, I don't know if you were here when this happened, Gav, or even if you know about it. There was a North Stars game, and for some reason our audio was coming through the Jumbotron.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
So,
I think you're on with Courtney, maybe?
Maybe, but yeah. Joey Terrier come over. We can hear you. We can hear you on the ice.
Yes, I was reffing that game.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were there or not.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Oh, you got to have some fun with hockey, especially because, say it with me, Gav, it's a long tournament.
It's a long tournament.
Back now for Holub. Holub with it at a defensive end, just clearing it out all the way back down. There was a line change for Western Australia going on at the same time, which didn't help. Trapolino centering. Western Australia trying to clear it out. Here's Sophie Reeder, scorer of the goal for Western Australia. In some traffic. They're all swooping on her like seagulls after a chip. Reeder losing possession for West. Langille happens to have a good opportunity of that. Harris, and Harris's boat has been called back into the harbour. Sayers clearing it out. Cleared out again by Reeder. Holub, opportunity. Lund was coming through, lights and sirens on. Cleared out of the zone. All the way back down. Holub with it. Just on 9 minutes remaining. All the way back down for Magnuson. No icing. Magnuson pursued there by Lund. Comes back for Crafter. Crafter with an opportunity to promote the puck. Back for Abigail Webb. Battling up against Jamie Lund. Langveen. Coming up now for Magnuson. Around one, opportunity for Western Australia neutral ice. Reeder Looking to take over is Sayers. Sayers entering the zone briefly. Wipes herself out. Ouch.
Hits the wall pretty hard.
So taking a little bit of time to get up, and that's hurt. I heard the ouch from here. I think we may be stopping play. No, she's up on her knees at least. Very hard to get up. She would just be better trying to come off to her own bench, and that's what she's trying to do now. That hurt, Gav.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the referee can't call that down until her team takes possession of the puck. So as you can see, South Australia maintaining possession.
So trying to tap it in front. South Australia still on the attack. Fresh player on. Hope she's okay. South Australia looking for somebody in front. They're all lining up. Jamie Lunn was there. Faith Kilgallen looks to clear it out for Western Australia and does. Got a stick on the way through. Kilgallen again. Kilgallen crossing all the lines. Getting sent wide by Gavin. Trying to centre. Gavin there combining well with Bettle. Back into neutral ice. Here comes Akka. Just going back to Zoe Webb. Left-hand side, Kilgallen looking to enter the zone. Has some support there. It was Nikita King bringing it into the zone. Kilgallen with support. Hayduck come back for Multana.
One-on-one.
Kilgallen's been doing a mountain of work and cleared there by Nat Oris, saved there by Sasha King.
Yeah, good end-to-end hockey here. Like this game could go either way right now. There's lots of opportunities for one of these players to take it on and win this game.
Well, we look at how long it took for the first goal, Gav.
Yeah.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the South Australian team. Nat Ayres, Langveen centering. Oh, that could have deflected in the back of King's net. Luckily for her, it didn't. Back into centre ice. Here comes Ferguson. Ferguson centering. Nice pass. Lewisham needed a couple of extra inches of stick maybe, or a couple of extra strides would have done the trick as well. Counter-attack opportunity is Nat Ayres. Tic-tac-toe. Comes back for Ayres. Centering, trying to dig under there was Langveen. Nat Ayres looking to take over. Looking to fire. Does. Trying to squeeze it under the pads. King was awake for that one. Kept in the zone via Holub. Cross ice pass. Tapped into neutral ice. West has just come onto the ice, almost collected with Holub. Line change en masse for Western Australia. Tapped on the way through. Abigail Webb clearing it around the ice. Back into neutral ice we go. Here's an opportunity for Rita. Rita now. Oh, was a good opportunity, but great defence there by Trapolino as well. Rita, Trapolino centering. And South Australia working it out of danger via Amber Bettle. Back now for Harris. Harris looking to clear it out, and she does, despite the attention of Zoe Sutton. Line change. That could have been dangerous for too many.
Calling offside.
Offside. I was waiting for too many call, Gav.
Yeah, it's
there was hesitation there on the change.
That's where you rely on a good gatekeeper, so that he doesn't let players out too early.
And it's just not all about when the player wants to come off.
No.
Sometimes players just want to come off no matter what, even if it's not in a great position. Acker against Langveen.
You do have a 1.5 metre near the gate that you are allowed to have too many too many players on the ice, but if the puck comes into that zone, that basically negates that.
So Acker against Langveen, neutral zone face-off. Closest to the South Australia bench. Sticks everywhere indeed. Cleared out by South Australia. Langveen with it now. Has Jamie Lunn charging the net. Goes wide. One-timer attempt, which didn't go anywhere towards the net. Up against the boards. Held there up against the boards. It was good work there by Shepherd. All the way back down. Here's an opportunity, but South Australia are there in numbers. Langveen, great effort there, clearing it out. Jamie Lunn now. Acker. Puck comes back towards centre ice. Entering the zone again briefly. Langveen, 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining, and it's 1-1. Back now for Kilgallen. Crafter. Gavin. Kept in the zone, Zoe Webb. Cleared out this time by Crafter. Kilgallen promoting it in and going to chase the puck herself as Western Australia. Line change 4:47 remaining. South Australia clearing it out.
Not the best place.
There's a turnover. Ferguson fires slightly too high, a little bit lower. Good save on the secondary there. Here's Multana. Looks to clear it out. Ferguson on Multana. 9 on 9 briefly. Straight up the hay diddle diddle. And that will come back
a race
for icing.
Yeah, you don't want to be clearing the puck up through the middle like that. That was pretty lucky that the puck bobbled on her. You want to be maintaining possession and making a nice tape-to-tape pass so you can get out of your zone.
Translating, by the way, straight down the hay diddle diddle, middle. Lewison attacking zone face-off for WA. Left hand or glove side. Lots of noise on the Western Australia bench, and they're the furthest away from our ears. Abigail Webb back behind the net. Zamboni corner. 4:10 remaining. Cleared out briefly by Multana. Multana and Magnuson come together. Here's Nat Ayres now. It's got Bettle for company. Finds Bettle, but Ferguson came back and tried to pick a pocket. Kept in the zone. Holub back in towards neutral ice. Safety. I would have been more concerned about possibly saving the puck than putting your hand up for icing.
Yeah, you definitely want to see your goalie getting down in that position to, if that puck hits a little bobble or a little divot, and, anything could happen.
That would have been embarrassing if exactly that happened. You really got to be sure, 100% sure you're lined up, and I don't think it was 100% surety there. I think it was too close to be doing that.
Both the goalies are really strong down low on their pads, so I think the goal to be scored is going to have to be up high.
So back now, Abigail Webb battling against Multana at Cafe Corner. I'll be looking forward to some fish cocktails and chips after this game.
We've got the other door of doom that's just semi-opened.
To me, there have been times where that door has been problematic as well, but for me it always seems to be the other one at the other end.
We've had that Perspex come out in that one in an AI game quite often. Lots of body checks in that sort of vicinity.
Attacking zone face-off for South Australia, 3:42 remaining. Sophie Reeder pushing the envelope of when she could come onto the ice. Abigail Webb behind her own net, trying to clear it out. Does a reasonable job of clearing it out. Kept in the zone by Holob. Holob fires, got a little bit of Langveen or Langjill. Take your pick on the way through. They're very close to one another. Nat Ayres against Sophie Reeder. Langveen comes in to lend a hand as well. Clearing it out. Multana stepping in there. They need somebody in front of the net now. And Nat Ayres is there. Right on cue. Great save, Sasha King.
Strong down low again. Bodies going everywhere at the moment.
Certainly are. 3:13 remaining. Another exciting game coming up after this as well to conclude us for this day of action. It is Monday, right?
It is Monday. It feels longer than that for you, eh?
I was saying to JD earlier, this is much better doing this on a Monday compared to doing the day job.
Yeah, it's true.
Back now up against the boards, and we've all got day jobs. Up against the boards, Western Australia just trying to get the puck out of there. Can't win from this end of the ice. Here's a foot race. Here's Acker. Good foot race up against Holub. Back for Multana. Shepherd clearing it. Back now for Gavin. Gavin now. Puck deflects high, netting, and out of play.
And with 2 minutes 44 to go, you want to keep your defense back in their own zone. You really don't want to give away a breakaway at this stage in the game.
So, timeout to Western Australia. Okay, coach's hat on, Gav. What do you do?
Coach's hat on.
What do you do? Let's have a look. Western Australia bench first.
Well, basically they've been dominating. South Australia's been dominating possession. So if WA just don't want to concede a goal, 2 minutes 44 going out, they've done really well to keep this game to 1-1. I'd try and be discussing that we want to try and get this game to a shootout and not give away any kind of bad opportunity or any opportunities on our own net.
And here's having a look at South Australia. What's your advice to South Australia,
South
Gav?
Australia, I think, might try and get this goal with 2 minutes 44 to go. They definitely have dominated with 33 shots on net. I'd be probably putting my strong line out to try and get that goal so we don't have to go to a shootout.
So 2:44 remaining. Western Australia have just used their timeout. Now the puck is an attacking zone face-off for WA. Probably a bit too early to ask the Alyssa Longmuir question in relation to pulling the goalie.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't do that at this stage.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up for WA. An end-to-end action certainly doesn't help in the decision of pulling the goalie. Back now, Bettle loses possession. Gavin with it, just needs to clear it out. Up near the door of doom, Lewison. The puck's there.
Bring it around, bring it around.
Gavin. Don't take it in front of net with a Western Australia player that close. Harris. Back now for Kilgallen. Kilgallen now, cross ice. Reed up. They need to go north-south, not east-west. Rita gets around one. She's through. Rita fires the puck, balloons. Kilgallen was probably the closest or rucker to take advantage of the balloon in the air.
Here we go.
Gavin now trying to clear it out. Nat Ayres, the pass wasn't on target. Here's Gavin with another opportunity. Gavin just happy to dump it in. Abigail Webb turning over. Gavin. South Australia needs somebody in front of the net now. Pass goes wide, kept in the zone via Holab, who's got a nice shot. Good shot through to Sasha King. Langveen was in a good position. Nat Ayres and Caitlin Moultana in the general vicinity. 94 seconds remaining. Attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia.
Another timeout to South Australia on this one.
Timeout to South Australia. 94 seconds remaining. I don't think, Gav, you're changing your advice from a few moments ago.
Well, WA came out attacking, didn't they? Because they had the offensive face-off, so they surprised me. They wanted to get that goal themselves. So, but both teams getting a shot on net in that last minute. So anything can happen. They're going to try and get this win. I don't think either team want to go to a shootout.
So having a look at the shootout situation here. And South Australia were actually in a shootout against Queensland on Saturday. They were up by 2 goals. Queensland equalised with 44 seconds remaining and lost in the shootout. So 94 seconds remaining, and an attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. Sending out Ferguson, Harper, Zoe Webb, Lewison and Magnuson. So they've split up the Webb sisters in defence again. Attacking zone face-off, South Australia. Nat Ayres kept in the zone well by Holub. Got a bit of a stick on the way through. Gavin
throws in the middle.
Centering, throwing it in the middle. An opportunity briefly, Moultana, Nat Ayres. Minute 21 remaining. Western Australia need to clear it out. They can't keep South Australia down here. Back now for Langveen. It's got Nat Ayres. Centering, couldn't connect with Moultana, possibly the intended target. Heading out in the neutral ice.
Oh, what's the whistle for? He's calling offside.
Hand pass, I thought. I think the result's going to be the same. We're going outside for a neutral zone face-off closest to the WA bench, and both teams have used their timeout. So there's a big disparity in shots, Gav.
Yeah, absolutely. It really... The shot count really surprises me with the how close this game is.
Back now, Gavin in the corner against Kilgallen. There is under 1 minute remaining. Centering pass, Abigail Webb. They look to clear it out. Kept in the zone well by Holub. Back now for Kilgallen. Up against the boards. Eating valuable seconds off the clock. Puck needs to continue to move. Western Australia need to clear it out of their zone urgently and not hand it over to Caitlin Moultana or Holub. Back into the zone of South Australia. Abigail Webb with it all to do with 26 seconds remaining. Needs not to hand it over to Nat Ayres. Centering pass. Here's Amber Bedwell. Centering again, Cafe corner. Gavin chasing the puck. Western Australia aren't going to have the legs to get the other end of the ice in 8 seconds. Up against the boards. Western Australia just need to defend now. Here's Crafter up against the boards. Holub And that, we're off to a shootout.
Yeah, this is a real tight, close game. This is an arm wrestle. This has been going end to end. It's unfortunate this has had to go to a shootout, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the shootout. The two goalies have been strong down low. I'll be interested to see what technique the shooters will do, but myself, I'd be faking and going high.
So let's have a look. Having a look at Western Australia, you've got the team list in front of you, Gav. Some possible shooters.
I didn't mark out who their first top lines were, but who scored their goal?
That was Sophie Reeder.
Yeah, I'd definitely put Sophie out. She's definitely got good wheels and good hands. So I think we go the first 5, and then after the first 5, you can go. You can go the extra player. So
Faith Kilgallen would be one for Western Australia. She's certainly been up and down the ice and has got some skills in that regard. Lewison's got some wheels. Acker's got skills. South Australia, Jamie Lunn, Caitlin Multana, Amber Bedwell, rather, Nat Ayres would be my first few.
Yeah. I'd say they've been practicing it because we know that's part of this tournament, that you go to a shootout. So during their trainings, they would have been practicing shootouts.
Now, if I remember correctly, it was a 9-person shootout between South Australia and Queensland. Courtney Mahoney for Queensland was the only one who was able to wet the net.
So the goalies were saving everything?
Sorry?
The goalies saved pretty much everything in that other shootout.
Yeah, Mahoney was the only one for Queensland. So Ferguson coming onto the ice first for Western Australia. So Ashley Ferguson now. So at centre ice we go. Ferguson going towards the right-hand side. Forehand, backhand, coming out of her crease is Knott. And a good save there by Knott. Advantage for the moment at least, South Australia. We'll see who...
Well done by the goalie. She got herself out of a crease, made herself big. Took away Ferguson's time there.
Amber Bedell coming out now for South Australia. Scored herself a natural hat-trick in a previous game.
She's one of your shooters you want then.
So Amber Bedell now up against Sasha King. Bedell goes towards the right-hand side. Well and truly out of a crease here. Coming back and scoring there. Bedell, advantage South Australia.
Yeah, she's got some finish in her. She knows where to score. 300 mil off the ice. Blocker side.
Christina Rucker, captain of Western Australia next. Advantage South Australia. Acker now. Goes well and truly towards the left-hand side. Knott comes well and truly out of a crease. Acker straightens and straight into the South Australia state emblem. And so far, definitely advantage South Australia.
Yeah, she needed to move the goalie side to side there. She brought her way out of her crease and then basically just put it straight into the breadbasket. So it would have been nice if she delayed a little longer.
So Jamie Lunn on the ice did score South Australia's only goal this morning on a penalty shot. So let's see if she can get a tick next to her name in this game. Lunn coming in quite slowly. Lunn now, forehand, backhand. Goes high. Advantage, South Australia.
Both goals on the blocker side. She likes the slow process, slow approach on that one, which seems to work for her.
So now, Sophie Reeder scored for Western Australia earlier on. Must score for Western Australia now. Let's see what she can do. Taking the puck well left. Not coming out of a crease. Firing, scoring, bar down. And Sophie Reeder reels one back in for Western Australia.
Nice goal. That looked like she'd practiced that one before.
So Herlub coming out now, has scored for South Australia today. Let's see what she can do now as she approaches the puck. Going straight down the middle. Holub walks in, fires, hits the iron, and sent away. So Western Australia with another opportunity through Faith Kilgallen. Kilgallen must score. Advantage South Australia. Kilgallen's got some wheels. Goes straight up the middle, hard and fast up the middle, fires and high.
So that's the 4th attempt. South Australia score here. They win.
So Nat Ayres now with the game on a stick. A veteran of South Australian hockey. Seen all sorts of action with the Australian national team. Ayres now with the game on a stick. Going slightly towards the left. Ayres walks in and well saved. Still advantage South Australia as Harper comes out. Maybe not necessarily one of my choices, but they know their team a lot more.
She might surprise you, mate.
She may surprise me. She may be the hero. Harper now goes towards the right-hand side initially, going straight up the middle now, looking to fire, fires, and saved there by Knott.
That's it.
And that's it. South Australia win. So a great result in the end for South Australia. Not the way that you'd like to lose if you're Western Australia. A very tight game here.
2-1 in the shootout. So, yeah, very close game.
So congratulations to both teams for a fantastic game.
I think they'll be seeing each other in either semi-final or final for sure. It was a really tight arm wrestle that went end to end. Definitely some feeling in it. Definitely some body, lots of stick work. And, yeah, the girls really gave it everything they had. So
handshakes all round. The shots on goal didn't necessarily reflect what happened on the ice. A lot closer than that indicates.
Yeah, that surprised me. As I said earlier in the commentary, that the shots on didn't really reflect it. But, yeah, it was a good battle. Really good battle. So fist bumps all round. We're coming up to the semi-final stages. I'm not even going to try and work that out at this time of the afternoon. We'll let the officials do that, the organising committee do that, and we'll figure that out when it gets a little bit closer. But congratulations to all the teams. Hope you enjoyed the coverage at home. Gavin, certainly enjoyed your company. A little bit different than normal. Have viewing up here with us instead of you being on the ice. Well, I'm going on the ice for the next game, so I'll have to go and get dressed. So Dawn Watt and Rob Dushman will be joining us for the next game. Stick taps all round. Thanks as always to our hard-working Thought Fox Media crew. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.